Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to this topic, which we give it the title in Arabic first, Al-Khushu'u fi as-Salah. Humbleness in the prayer. Humbleness in the prayer. Or having the fearing of Allah in your prayer. Is this topic important? It is important. Because your success is based on a prayer that contains this kind of humbleness, fear. Didn't Allah say in His glorious Quran, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ? Successful are the believers. Who are those? The next verse tells, الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Those who are humbly submissive in their prayer. While they're praying, they are humbly submissive to Allah. So they were described that they're successful. So this topic has something to do with your success. And also Allah said, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ. Seek help by patience and the prayer, for it's too much. It is hard, except on those who are humbly submissive, except for those who fear Allah the Almighty. Now there's something here that we have to remember. There is something called in Arabic itqan. What is the meaning of itqan? Itqan means to do something absolutely, to do it technically, to be technical, absolutely done. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves if one of you did something, any kind of work, that it should be done carefully, technically. When the companions of the Prophet, they fulfilled this prophetic instruction, they became successful. And they have been leading all the other nations. What do I mean by atqana? That means accurately being done. To do the thing accurately. This is what Allah loves. If you do anything, it has to be done accurately. So as we see, this subject has something, is relevant to the matter of success, if you did it accurately. Now, let's ask this question. Tell us about a person who goes to a supermarket and he comes back with empty-handed. He's empty-handed. He came back with nothing. You'll ask him, did you bring anything back with you? He said, no. Well, you're supposed to be going to the supermarket to bring something. Yes. Why didn't you bring the thing that you went for? I mean, that was your purpose. He may say, for example, wasn't it enough that I went there? I did not. Yeah, it is true. I did not bring anything with me, but isn't it good? I mean, it's not good enough, but at least I went there. But you did not bring anything with you. What does this mean? When you perform a prayer, you're performing a prayer for a goal you have. What do you achieve? What is the goal you achieve in the prayer? You achieve forgiveness, you achieve rewards. Because the Prophet said, you have nothing of your prayer except what you've been focusing on, what you've been considering, thinking about. And also this subject is also relevant to another thing, and that is fearing Allah. So does this mean that those who do not pray, those who do not focus in their prayer, their hearts are not humbly submissive to Allah, so they don't fear Allah? The hadith doesn't say that they don't fear Allah at all, but they need to fear Allah. They need to fear Allah. They have a fear since they are coming to perform the prayer, but that fear is not enough. And don't forget that if you gain more rewards in your prayer, that means you are gaining also more faith in your prayer. Because this prayer is supposed to be elevating, raising the rate of Iman in your heart. Be with me. This is very important. See, at the Day of Judgment, those people of Jannah, it will be said to them, O people of Jannah, O people of paradise, there is a promise in which Allah wants to fulfill to you. So people of Jannah will be saying, Oh Allah, is there anything better than that? Didn't you forgive us our sins? Didn't you bless us with paradise and all what it contains? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be showing Himself to them. They'll be able to see Allah. And when they were able to see Allah, seeing Allah will cause them to forget every favor they were provided in Jannah. Seeing Allah will be causing them the best kind of happiness in which they will feel even better than the happiness they feel by what they see in paradise. So we can have a glimpse of this happiness the moment we speak to Allah from the depth of our heart. Wallahi, even if you have experienced this even for 1 second, that second will be causing your faith to be elevated. And you'll be feeling the glimpse, a sort of that happiness people feel when they see Allah the Almighty. So let's get back to the matter of fearing Allah. Does this mean that the one who does not focus in his prayer, he doesn't fear Allah? No, he needs to be reminding about fearing Allah. And there's an authentic hadith about that. The Prophet ﷺ saw a man who was distracted from his prayer, busy with some other things. The Prophet said, "Oh, so-and-so, ya fulan." Now, the narrator did not mention the name of the person. Maybe he was able, but he didn't want to, him to be embarrassed. So the advice is enough to be mentioned without mentioning the name of the person. So the Prophet said to him, according to the narration, "Oh, so-and-so, ألا تتقي ربك? Shouldn't you fear your Lord? ألا تنظر كيف تصلي? Shouldn't you be seeing, observing, considering how do you pray? إن أحدكم إذا قام, verily one of you, if he stands in his prayer, he is speaking confidentially with his Lord. So let him see how he speaks to his Lord, to your Lord. Let anyone among you see how his kind of speech, speaking to your Lord. Now, one of the pillars of the prayer is what we call tuma'nina. Tuma'nina means peace of mind, tranquility. You should be performing the prayer in a way that causes you to feel tranquility, peace of mind. But if a person performs the prayer quickly, just like the way we see sometimes in the mosque, tranquility had not taken place, and there's a great fear that the prayer may not be approved. Why the musalli? The musalli, let us remember these terms. Musalli is the one who performs the prayer. Salah is the prayer itself. So let's talk about the musalli, the one who performs the prayer. Why he was not, it was not advisable for him to come to the prayer while he's hungry, or he's pressed. That means he needs to go to the toilet. Why he should not performing the prayer on this circumstance, on this way? Because it will be distracting him. It will be distracting him from his prayer, thinking or focusing on his matter of prayer. The prayer should be performed in the best kind of performance. Abu Bakr, the companion of the Prophet ﷺ, used not to be turning left or right in his prayer. Now, turning left or right is not only by the eyes, merely by the eyes. A person may be taking the direction of Qibla. His body is turning to the Qibla, but his heart may not be taking the same direction. The heart may be taking other directions. As a result, a person doesn't really feel about his, what had he been reciting? A question is raised. Why we are ordered as one of the pillars of the prayer? Why one of the pillars is tuma'nina? Tuma'nina means tranquility, peace of mind. It is one of the pillars of prayer. Why it is one of the pillars of prayer? Tuma'nina means to perform the prayer calmly, which will be causing this. This is one of the means of khushu'. One of the means of achieving a humbly submissive heart. If you perform it quickly, as some people do, you won't be able to achieve this tranquility. Can a person be performing his prayer while he is falling in fitna? Fitna means tribulation, trial, test. Yes. The Prophet said, I'm usually about to prolong my prayer, but I hear the crying of the child. So I shorten my prayer, fearing a fitna, a trial, tribulation. That means the crying of the child may cause his mother to fall in fitna. What is the fitna? What is the fitna? Why the Prophet described this word, fitna? Fitna means, here in the prayer, is to be distracted from the prayer. So each one of us who is distracted from his prayer, he's falling in fitna. This is the fitna that the Prophet described. So he said, I was about to prolong the prayer, but when I hear the crying of the child, I shorten my prayer, fearing that a fitna may fall on the mother of this child. We'll continue that on the next episode of this topic. Be with us.